Once again, you are welcome back to Primary 6 English. My name is Anatori P, and I want to take you through the direct and indirect speeches. This topic is direct and indirect speeches. So we are going to begin with the direct speech, and in direct speech we always put emphasis on the words that are spoken by the speaker, or we can call them the actual words. The words of the speaker is where we put our emphasis. So we use direct or the words that are said by the speaker. For example, you look at the words I have underlined here first of all. Where is your bag? Where is your bag? Who could have said these words? My mother asked. So the actual words here are, where is your bag? These are the words that my mother said. But the words I'm using to speak what my mother said are, asked my mother. My mother asked. My mother asked. What did she ask? The words she used are the same words I'm going to use. And in this case, where is your bag are her words, her actual words. She used these very words, where is your bag? And I don't want to change anything in her words, but I will also use my own words to bring them out and you hear them. So, asked my mother are my words. Her words are, where is your bag? Where is your bag? They are the actual, or we can call them direct words. So this is why we call it direct speech. We bring out the direct words someone spoke. The words that someone spoke are not changed. We bring them the same way they are said. But when we are saying them, we use our own words to show that these words are not our own words. Therefore, that's why we come up to bring this statement, asked my mother. Asked my mother are my own words. But the very words are, where is your bag? Where is your bag are my mother's bag, my mother's words. Therefore, I don't want to change them. I bring them directly the way they are. So we call it direct speech. In direct speech, we look at two parts majorly, as I have told you, the real words someone has used. Where is your bag? These are not my words. They are my mother's words. Then, asked my mother. Now, these ones become my own words. I'm using my own words. So those are the two parts that we look at in the direct speech. And the first, where is your bag, is called the actual words. They are called the actual words. They are the real words my mother said. And then asked my mother, we call that part of the sentence the speech tag. In other words, you can call them tags. The first tag is called the actual words, and the second tag is called the speech tag. The speech tag is your words you are using to speak somebody's words in a direct way. So here, we take note, my dear boys and girls, I want you to take note that my words cannot be the same as my mother's words. And I don't want to talk and add my words in my mother's words. I want them to be direct the way they are. Therefore, I will use quotation marks If I don't call them quotation marks, you can call them inverted commas. They can be called inverted commas. We have opening and we have the closing inverted commas. You can also call them opening quotation marks and then closing quotation marks. So these ones help us to put direct the words that have been said by someone. The way you hear them should be the way you speak them without changing a word. You shouldn't change any word. Therefore, we use quotation marks to separate them. Those actual words that have been said by somebody, the words that someone has said, we use the quotation marks to separate them from our own words, and with the help of a comma. So we need a comma and a quotation marks to help us separate our own words and the speaker's words, which we have called the actual words. Our own words, we can refer to them as the speech tag, whereby this is what we use to speak what somebody has spoken. So we use the comma and the quotation marks to separate the actual words from the speech tag. Take an example. Lucas said. These are my words now. Lucas said. I am going to bring out what exactly Lucas said. And what did she say? What did he say? The chairperson is sick. The direct way, directly, the way he said the words is the way I have said them. The chairperson is sick. We don't mind whether it was yesterday, whether it was last year, whether it was the previous year. So we are saying the chairperson is sick. We say them the way the person said them. So Lucas said, these ones are my words. I am trying to tell you what Lucas said. And I will say the words the way he said them. And this is, the chairperson is sick. So for this case, we are going to separate our words from Lucas's words. We don't change anything in Lucas's words. Therefore, we need to quote them. And they are all in the quotation marks. Therefore, I put the opening quotation marks. You can see how I have written them well. They are all facing in the same direction. They must be inverted. To invert means to look down. When I open, I need you to be careful here. The first word I write inside the quotation marks, I punctuate the first letter with the capital letter. These are Lucas's words. So as I am going to speak them, they were in a form of a sentence. That's why I need to open the sentence with the capital letter. Therefore, the chairperson is sick are Lucas's words. Then I put a full stop as the rules of the sentence say. You open a sentence with a capital letter and then you close it with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Thereafter, I need to close Lucas's words. To show that they were not my words, I have to close. And you can see them clearly written. They are facing down, and they are always put immediately after the second punctuation mark. Immediately put the last punctuation mark if it is an exclamation mark. If it is a question mark, there follows the closing quotation marks. Hope we are together. The sentence says, Lucas said. If you are the one reporting these words or speaking these words, Lucas said. What did he say? The chairperson is sick. The chairperson is sick must be put in the quotation marks. Number 2, may I write all the views? This is now a question. May I write all the views? When you look at me, I may be the one requesting to write the views. You may think I'm the one who is requesting to write the views, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one. When I say, may I write all the views, these words are direct. For your information, you need to know that this was a question that was posed by the secretary. So the secretary's words are clear and they are direct in a way that we don't change anything. May I write all the views? We don't know whether it is today, whether it is yesterday or some days back, but she said these words and they are supposed not to be changed. So to separate them from our words, which is asked the secretary. Ask the secretary, this is now my word. These are now my words. We need to know that ask the secretary is not part of what the secretary said. So we are saying the secretary's words are, may I write all the views? Down, ask the secretary. These are my words. Separate them from my words. I use quotation marks. Remember to write the quotation marks opening. Write them as they open. Then write what the secretary said, beginning with a capital letter. Because the rules of a sentence tell us that when you're opening a sentence, there begins a capital letter. Since this is a question, may I write all the views? Our sentence must end in a question mark. And as it ends in a question mark, we must close these words which are not our words, but the secretary's words, using the quotation, the closing quotation marks. You can identify the difference between the opening and the closing. The opening, look to the right, and the closing, look to the left. Number 3, Martha said. As I told you, we need a comma to separate our words from the speaker's words. We have Martha said. I must separate them with a comma, and then I open to speak what Martha said. Can you help me and we read through what Martha said? Yes. My notebook was stolen. My notebook was stolen. These are Martha's words. She's the one who said so. Therefore, I open the sentence, all her words beginning with a capital letter. Then I write what she said. My notebook was stolen. My notebook was stolen. Full stop. I then close the quotation marks. My notebook was stolen become Martha's words. And therefore, Martha said are now our own words that we have used to express what Martha said. Number 4, the secretary has not written all my views. The secretary has not written all my views. These are words said by somebody, and this someone is the opposer. We shall not change in what this opposer said, but we shall say all the words the exact way the opposer said them. Then later we shall use our own words to express what the opposer said. Remember, you need to open the quotation marks and put in all what the opposer said, complete the statement, and then you bring out your own words to express what the opposer said. For example, we are saying the secretary has not written all the views. These are the words that the opposer said. So we separate the words that the opposer said from our own speech using a comma. And then we close all these words as they are, directly as they are. Then we use our own words to say what he said, the opposer said. This comes to tell us that what we have said up here is not our own words. They are someone's words. The way they were said, in the actual way, we don't change anything. Example number 5 looks a bit different from the first 4. How? Come here, ordered the teacher, and apologize. Come here, ordered the teacher, and apologize. Come here are the teacher's words. Ordered the teacher. These are our own words. We are trying to say what the teacher said. Come here. Maybe as he had said, come here. Something chokes you. You need to swallow. Then you go on to complete your speech. What was the teacher saying? I don't again come back to repeat this word, come here. Instead, I will swallow, then go on to complete my statement. And that's why you see, and apologize, coming after the word, ordered the teacher. So we are saying, come here, order the teacher, and apologize. It doesn't matter where you put your own words, as long as the teacher's words are always put in the quotation marks. Someone's words shouldn't be interfered, shouldn't be disrupted. You shouldn't put any word in that person's words. Leave them the way they are, but use your own words to express what someone said. I can see you. Who has said those words? Automatically, it's me. If you're now reporting to someone next to you, what do you think the teacher has said? The teacher has said, now let me be in your shoes. The teacher has said, I can see you. So I can see you are the teacher's words. What you are using to express the teacher's words are the teacher has said. Therefore, when we come to number 5, it is a bit different that we have our speech being interrupted and we put our speech tag amidst the actual words. When we put the speech tag amidst the actual words, these are the things we must follow. Number 1, punctuate the first part of the speech. Come here, put a comma, and close all these other words. Ordered the teacher, another comma follows here. Then bring out the part which was remaining from the previous one, which is and apologize, whereby they should also be quoted. They shouldn't be mixed to your speech. They shouldn't be mixed to your words. Therefore, open again But this time, we are not going to capitalize this letter, since this one is a continuation, as I had told you earlier, that it is a continuation of what you were going to speak. So you don't need to capitalize the second letter here, the first letter in this second speech. It is a continuation of the first one. When you swallow, then you speak. What you are speaking is an addition to what you spoke first. So we are saying, come here, put a comma and close, ordered the teacher, comma, open again, and apologize. Put a full stop, then you close. My good learners, I want us to go to the activity and we see how we can punctuate the following sentences correctly. Peter said, remember, we need to use quotation marks, we need to use a comma, a full stop, a question mark if what the actual words are in a question form, or an exclamation mark when the words that have been said are beginning with the interjection. Therefore, Peter said is a statement. Therefore, was a statement. Peter said. We need to look at Peter, number one. Peter is a name of a person. Shouldn't be written beginning with a small letter. So we need to change Peter with this P to capital. Peter said. Separate what Peter said. Being that Peter said is our own words, we are going to separate them from what he said using a comma. Now, the chairperson was not strict are now Peter's words. The chairperson was not strict are now the chairperson words. So for this case, we are saying we need to open our quotation marks. We need to open our quotation marks. Then the first letter here must be written beginning with a capital letter. So change this small t to capital. And then we say the words. The chairperson was not strict. Put a full stop and then close what Peter said. This will be our correct punctuation. Can you look at what you've written and then see whether you have capital P for Peter? Peter said is our speech tag. Separate it with a comma from the real words, from the actual words. Then the chairperson was not strict. We have a full stop at the end, and there follows the closing quotation marks. So from number 2 onwards, I think you can go through and see where we need to put all our opening quotation marks, our question marks, and our full stops, such that you can punctuate all the following sentences. So I hope you will do this one alone. I wish you the best. Please remember to stay safe. Thank you.